Call it. Continue.
Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
They are faithful and true. What could you really what could you really say? Like I heard it was a few weeks back where a guy was like, all these books are written the same way, different stories, and all of them are just happen. You can't tell me in no goddamn Greek mythology or some other book that a group of people were going to go into slavery
And then it really
as a whole nation, that it really happened. You can't tell me that. This book right here that we're reading is the actual truth, man. This ain't no fairy tale that was made up.
That's right.
Continue.
Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them that trouble thee, that speak against thee. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Fear not the imagination against thee.
Okay, go ahead.
Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, that speak against thee.
You know, by arguing, you know, hey, man, you know, this could have happened. That happened to many people, or try to convince you otherwise that we've all gone into slavery in some point in time, but you haven't as an entire nation.
And you haven't done it by ships.
And you definitely haven't done it by ships.
Proving the word of the Lord is true.
Nah, you good, brother? Go ahead, continue.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Once again, and that unfaithfulness, that's like you brothers we were just talking about earlier, up there in Rochester, man. You trying to create a way to justify yourselves in fucking weed, just something stupid. You're just trying to carry on what you did in the world, and just trying to bring it over into this, because this is going to keep, once again, like I said, it's going to keep you in a stable and really an unstable mind. Like this brother was saying, that actually an unstable mind. So you can continue to function and not have to really worry about anything, because you think the Most High is going to continue to protect you, even though you fucking up purposely. That's you being unfaithful, not having fear of the Lord. Continue.
For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Once again, that's you 2/3 wise to do evil, but to do good you have no knowledge. You don't know what really doing something good is. Read that part one more time.
Verse 6, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Polluted the whole earth, man. And 2/3 of our people have overpassed the deeds of the wicked.
That's right. So now you would have, as before, you know, you had the so-called white man or so-called white woman who led the pack in how to be a hoe, and you know what I'm saying, that just nasty ass lifestyle. But the so-called black woman just completely surpassed her.
You've outdone yourselves on that. Like, and my baby just telling me some bullshit about what's T.I.'s wife name? Tiny or some shit like that. This bitch done went and got some type of eye surgery done to where her eyes are like blue and gray now. You tell me you haven't overpassed these wicked, all white bitches would do is go get a breast implant or something. Jake will go overboard. You don't got your nose changed, your eye color changed, your fucking hair permanently changed.
Yep.
All types of implants.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, brother, you good.
Following behind the so-called white woman, trying to do what she does, putting her up as the image of beauty. When that's all, she has to do all those things to be beautiful. She has to get her breasts done. She has to get her hips and thighs. She was the one that had to do that. The so-called black woman, she don't have to do that. You just want to be in the mix like the so-called white woman.
You want to look like them. You want to be them.
And you have absolutely no clue as to what that's gonna do to your eyes in the future. You have no clue. But you just your lust and that just want of vanity, you had to go and let yourself go under the curse of the white man and let him doctor up your eyes, and now you just out there so bad that nobody, like, you're not even recognizable. You change so much that it's like, you don't even know who this is. Your nose has changed, your breasts are different. What is all that gonna do to your body and as the years go on? Then you're gonna spend all your money trying to maintain yourself.
Exactly, and that goes to show, man, just how fucked up 2/3 of our people are. You, especially you nigga women. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's you nigga women, man. I point y'all out mainly, man, because man, that can also go for Latinos, Native Americans too. Right. But mainly, man, you Judite women are extremely fucked up. That's why you got this Real Housewives of Atlanta and Love and hip hop and all this other bullshit, man. Y'all the main reason really why motherfuckers watch that shit. Cause y'all the most chaotic ones in there. Got the men bugged out in them damn shows.
That's right. You got the so-called black woman with blonde hair. You got the so-called black woman with blonde wig, a blonde weave, blonde extensions, all that shit. But then get mad at the so-called black woman when he want to deal with a black man when he want to deal with a white woman. What do you care? You trying to pattern yourself after the white woman anyway. So you should say to yourself, well, it's kind of like you should be saying, well, I'm just that much more closer to getting with a so-called black man. I'm gonna do my hair, I'm gonna change my eyes, take the meat out of your lips so you have little bitty skinny lips, and then I'm gonna get a black man. Then how you gonna be mad when you trying to pattern yourself after the so-called white woman? It makes absolutely no sense. And the whole time, the so-called white man is just sitting back laughing at your ass, making the prices lesser and lesser so that you can come in and get all those surgeries.
And vice versa, the white woman is trying to look like a so-called nigga woman.
Mm-hmm. She been doing that from day one. Tanning, trying to get her lips full, bigger titties. She been trying to do that. Her whole life has been like that.
That's right.
Cause she mad, cause in slavery times, the so-called white man and the slave master, he wasn't lusting after his wife. He was lusting after the little black women.
Like you saw in 12 Years a Slave. Why you think that white woman walked up on that black bitch and just hit her with a bottle? Wow.
Yeah.
Hit her with a hard-ass fucking glass bottle.
That's a damn good example.
Right in her damn face because he was sitting there having them partying and shit and watching that bitch dance her ass off.
Mm-hmm. Cause she got the hips and the thighs and the titties and the body. She got that. But that white woman at that time, it wasn't no surgery that you could get. You were just stuck. So she mad as hell.
And no matter how fucked up she kept getting, she was still jealous of that bitch. She had a scar on her face. She went up, ripped the scar off that bitch's face.
Yep.
That's how bad she wanted to be a damn nigga woman.
Yep. Verse 8, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Once again, these are the things you guys constantly exercise, but continuously living the way you want to live in this wicked ass kingdom.
That's right.
You know, you guys, that's enough on that. Give me, yeah. No, that is.
But go ahead, what you?
Just in that verse, you know, give me, go to chapter 16, starting at verse 32, and then go to Isaiah 30. You know, and then in just seeing how these things are playing out, man, you guys just cannot comprehend what the fuck is going on around you. You know, I had my ribs tell me she didn't need to know what was going on to truly understand the word, even though she know I go out here every weekend and preach what's going on. I said, now that's fucked up that you said that, because the women in the scriptures did know what was going on. Why do you think they were praising King David after he came back from the war? Why do you think Rebecca knew what to do when she had twins in her womb? Why do you think Lot's wife didn't you know? Lot's wife knew what was going on before Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, and all she was worried about was her damn objects the whole time. Y'all not thinking, man. And I got pissed off at her for saying that, because I felt like, damn, what was the point of me teaching you a little bit of this truth and you didn't know that? I didn't even give her no meat. I just gave her milk.
But you know, sometimes you're around somebody, and you know, it may even be somebody in the world, and they see that content and that happiness within you, and they just want to be like that. They just want to have that same feeling that you have. They want to deal the same way you do. But what they don't understand is the Lord had to put that spirit on you.
That's right.
Man.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I mean, and in saying that, man, the brother's right, because like man, women think that they can deal with the same thing a man can deal with, but you can't. It's too obvious. You can clearly see if a woman walked up on a man and tried to fight him right now, he'll knock the bitch out and get arrested.
That's right.
Simple shit like that, just the most logical shit.
And even in more simple things, not to cut you off, even in more simple things, she's hanging around you, all of a sudden she wants to cover her head up, right? She's, okay, you read that, she reads it or she hears it on a video and she says, you know what, I want to start covering my head. But what she don't understand is it's not just a head wrap, now you good. It's more than that. It's a whole mindset. It's a whole mind state. The Lord put the spirit on you to come out of the world, to remove yourself from the way that you see women walking around now. Like this lady right here, she has underwear on. Like if I was to come over your house and your lady was like that, it would be like, I gotta get out of here. I mean, I can't dictate what goes on in another man's house, but I can't be up around somebody else's woman like that. That's underwear. You shouldn't leave the bedroom like that. But the Lord has to put the spirit on you. It's not just a head wrap. It's to dress modestly, to give up that way of showing off your body. But you got women, they'll put the head wrap on, but they still got a tight ass dress on, a mini skirt on.
And you should feel good about stuff like that. Like, I feel good that I'm able to be a man and grow a beard without and have a woman who really like, hey, damn, this is a real man right here. Not touch some little smooth face ass fucking child who thinks he's a man.
That's right.
And cutting the hair off his chest and shit like that, and thinking that that's a way to get a woman to rub your little smooth body up against her soft and smooth body. That's like, come on, man, you're a fucking kid.
The woman wants the opposite of what she is, naturally. She's the smooth and sensual one. She wants that roughness.
Exactly.
She wants that when you come in the room. She wants that. As much, I mean, these women now, they all jacked up watching TV, so they just fluctuate as to what they want and don't want. Because they read one thing in a magazine, but feeling a whole different way. But to fit into society, she has to go with what's in the magazine. So that all the women around her are saying, yeah, I like her.
I like that, yeah.
You know what I mean? But what he did, he's not compromising. When it comes to the scriptures, and when it comes to right and wrong, in his house, he ain't gonna compromise. And believe it or not, women like that. They want that. They want that father figure to tell them, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard, don't do that. You say 2 Ezra 16 verse?
16 starting at 32.
2 Ezra 16 and 32. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old.
Once again, these are the things we're going to constantly prophesy about. Why do y'all think they putting GMOs and foods and stuff in? This land is not going to be, the land will be laid waste. This is before the death and destruction of the missiles, where people can't properly grow things because you haven't obeyed simple things like a land Sabbath and let the land rest. These devils don't know that. they'll continue on year after year after year using that same land to constantly grow certain things and then can't figure out why it's plagued a certain way.
That's right. And then they'll go and just create, you know what, we can't grow it, so we'll just create it on our own.
On our own, that's right. It's seedless grapes. Are you fucking kidding me? What do you think the word fruit means? It means seed of a seed.
If it don't have a seed, where'd it come from?
Or they make fake bees to pollinate the.
That's right. I seen a brother on I don't know who created the page Shar Maz. He did a video on.
Made that.
Oh, Yahshua. See, that's the spirit, bro. I mean, but I watched that page, man, where it shows where vanilla comes from. You know, from this small bee where this plant only opens up during a certain time of the day, and that particular bee can only pollinate, can only get that stuff out of there. And how small the size of the bee is, everything. It was like a little quick 4-minute video, and they broke it down where vanilla comes from. But yet, man, like I said, we damage the earth to no end, man. The earth is just so jacked up. You got chemtrails, all that stuff. You spray stuff on fruits and vegetables for bugs not to mess with. And then we have to eat that stuff, and you think it's safe. We're eating poison when you're eating GMOs, period. Continue.
And the crazy thing is, those that are in power, they're eating the poison too.
And you know, and another video that I saw on Yahshua page, man. Hey, brother, I love seeing that stuff now, man. Where they showed that rabbi telling you that they're killing little children, putting their blood and their bodies into the McDonald's food. And then he said, "I'm telling you, we're doing it."
And you think and you so far gone that you don't believe it.
You don't believe it. Y'all think that shit is a joke.
So he's doing it and getting away with it based off the fact that you think it's too crazy. They couldn't be doing something like that. But if you go and research him, he's been doing crazy shit like that for years. Case in point, Jeffrey Dahmer. He had his own freezer full of meat, as if it was like a deep freezer with deer meat.
That's right.
And hamburger and beef and all kind of shit.
Had an ass in the refrigerator.
Right? He was eating that shit like it was meat. Come out, carve it up, cook it like a steak.
That's right.
And her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel therethrough. And her ways and paths have grown full of thorns because he thought that he was going to be able to grow GMO and all this stuff, and nobody was going to learn the wiser, and he was just going to be able to just go on and do this forever. But people got hip to that. How did they get hip to it? Because they were getting sick. All kinds of just deformities. Then you got to create a new medicine, and that new medicine creates another deformity and causes another problem. And then you got to create medicine to counteract that problem.
And every single medicine got a goddamn side effect.
Hey, watch your back.
You're good, man.
You bugging out.
So he said.
Yeah.
I know, it's all good, brother.
But if I could say, it's like a moth to a flame, right? They just cannot resist the Satan and that evil spirit. They just cannot resist. As much as they should fly away far as they can from it, they just have to be right here where this word is coming out. They just can't get away from it. Right? It's like if I'm walking down the street and there's Satanists on the corner preaching the church of Satan, I'm gonna keep it moving, man. I don't want to hear that crazy shit.
That's right.
But them, they gotta come over here, gotta poke their finger at it. Next thing you know, they kill.
And the only reason why a few people have stopped, because they probably think we in costume, and we out here joking around for a minute, and then they just keep it moving after they realize what we talking about.
Is there a certain place where we stop at?
Go to verse 37.
Skip 2:37?
No.
Okay.
Keep reading.
Verse 33, the virgin shall mourn having no bridegrooms.
Having no bridegrooms. It's gonna be, soon there ain't gonna be no men around. How do y'all think that's gonna play out, man? It's gonna be a third world war. They're gonna fuck around.